manufacturers today are dealing with a difficult mix of pressures, right? Labor shortages are not easing, experienced workers are retiring, new hires need to become productive faster, operations are getting more data rich, but not always more usable, right? And many organizations are still trying to connect front-end activity to the rest of the enterprise in a way that actually improves execution. At the same time, the Augmented Connected Worker, or ACW, as we call it, platforms are broadening their role. The market discussion is no longer only about digital work instructions. It now includes knowledge capture, skills management, operational excellence, worker productivity, integration with operational systems, AI-enabled support, and in some cases also a wider role across warehousing and workforce management.
Manufacturers have actually invested over the last 2 decades a lot of billions of dollars in ERP, APM systems, MES systems. You can talk about SCADA, DCS systems, a lot of analytics, a lot of dashboards, but the industrial productivity still continues to decline. So why? Why really is the industrial productivity still declining? Of course, there are macroeconomic pressures that we're all facing compared to the other products that our manufacturers are producing. And when you compare that with the like of China, obviously you got to compete on cost. But ultimately, I truly believe that we have a massive execution gap on the front line.
So what we're seeing is really a fundamental shift. Platforms moving from being tools which just surface information to being systems that generate intelligence. And that, I think, is what we're seeing with the AI initiatives amongst all the manufacturing world. Now, the difference of all of this matters enormously in practice, because a tool gives you a procedure. An intelligence system tells you which procedure, why, what happened last time you used that manufacturing line, what was the outcome, etc. So you're starting to get a lot more intelligence.
What we saw back in 2024, in early 2024, was AI sort of acting as a differentiator for many of the augmented connected worker platforms. I think now, 2 years later, is present across most vendors, and I think the evolution that has now occurred is it's gone from general applications of AI to addressing very specific use cases. We provide very specialized tools which can really provide value, which is, I think, the most important part of AI, being more than a buzzword and providing real value to manufacturers.
We have over 500 customers, over 1 million people using our solutions, hundreds of thousands of locations there. And if I poll my customers, the majority are going to say, yeah, we have 1 or 2, right? And part of it is the cost. I look at it as there may be, especially in the maintenance operations and complex, that there's a way forward. We take it as a view is we're AR ready, meaning it's a modal. And the customer decides what modal they want to use. And that modal may be it could be a laptop, it could be some type of handheld device, it could be embedded, meaning we'll embed in Aptiv's user interface, right? If you have easy access to information. If that means then that's AR use, we're ready for that.
I truly believe there are 3 layers that customers should be thinking about. The number one is your system of record, right? These are the SAPs of the world, your CMMSs of the world, your EHS systems of the world. I mean, ACW platforms are not here to replace those system of records. They've been built over decades, and they actually run core business transactions. But they are still a system of record, very important, right? It's still a system of record. Yes, we are hearing from ERP vendors and all of the players that we are building an AI layer on top. There's a business AI coming. You can actually use insights coming out of that data. But the reality is there is a whole new segment called system of insights, which their entire living for the last 2 decades has been on creating insight. If you have a young mechanic, that is on the job trying to fix a machine, he not only has all the details of that work package from an operations to components to permits to forms, but he's got the step-by-step visual work instructions, say from a Dazuki, right? So now what you've done is you've taken a younger worker and made him operate like a 40-year-old worker, and AI is augmenting the mean time to repair and also improving the mean time between failure, right? So AI is a powerhouse, and we have launched 15 AI agents on our platform from the perspective of how do we create tremendous value and expand margins for our customers by guiding the actions and ensuring closure at the front line.